All right, welcome back. We're just breezing through the first hour here and to cover all the news of the day and some breaking news right here on the Liquid Lunch front. I'm joined again by Frank Morano. Hello, Frankie.
Hello there, John.
So I got to report this to you and those of our friends out there in social media land. A lot of people like to tune in on Facebook. And, you know, last week I wanted to try a little experiment where, you know, we spend a few dollars on boosting the post to get to a bigger audience, you know, and see what kind of feedback we get. And we submitted, and you see a lot of this out there now in social media land, a lot of censoring. We submitted Liquid Lunch to boost the ad, to boost the live stream, to get it to a larger audience, and budgeted $50 for that day to try to get it out there to a larger audience, because I feel like we're doing a pretty good message, right? We got this back from them. I had Jess print it, okay? If you could see that. This is right from Facebook. It says, "Hi, Jessica. Your ad was rejected because it does not comply with our advertising policies. So they jerked us. They will not take money from us because we're not complying with their policies." What are the policies? Now, originally they said bad language or grammar. So if they're going to ban us for that, we're banned every day, because I have the worst grammar sometimes because I put it in regular man terms. This other thing was foul language, so maybe we got to be careful on the commercials not to, you know, throw in a little curse word here and there. But the main one, today when we checked in, those two were gone, okay? And the main reason, if you're telling me this isn't censorship, I don't know what is. The main reason we cannot boost our posts and get a bigger audience, the violation of their ban against promoting tobacco and tobacco-related products.
You are, of course, John Tobacco. I could see how they could construe that as a pro-tobacco ad.
That's right. Blogs or groups, it says, ads must not promote the sale or use of tobacco products. No electronic cigarettes, vaporizers, no simulated smoking. Blogs or groups connecting people with tobacco-related interests. Anti-smoking campaigns are allowed. Okay? Ban tobacco.
Well, look, they have a point. They have a point. Everybody watching right now has a tobacco-related interest.
I hear you, but I'm saying they can't put me in, I'm a person in the category of a product. To me, it's an underhanded way to keep our message muted, Frank. There's
Perhaps you should consider a stage name.
You think I should change my name from John Tobacco so that I don't get banned from Facebook?
John Nicotine or something.
John T. Nightly.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Here's some interesting news.
The nightly show.
Here's some interesting news, John. Apparently, hugging may be less risky than handshaking as the coronavirus lockdown gets a little bit relaxed. That's at least according to Belgian virologist Mark van Ronst, who suggested that a full-body squeeze is safer than shaking hands when it comes to avoiding the deadly embrace of the coronavirus.
Wow. So Joe Biden was ahead of his times with the full body squeeze.
It would appear that way. And all the more reason to try and get us back into the studio in time for Women Wednesday tomorrow.
Well, I want to get to know this Belgian virologist who's advocating for more hugging, less handshaking. Why can't we all just hug it out? You know what I mean? All hugs matter. That's for sure. You know, yeah. It's so interchangeable, that thing. You know, all tans matter, all hugs matter. But no, I'm telling you, I'm going to do a Project Veritas type investigative piece where I'm gonna dictate to Jess what she should naively write back to the Facebook censors, okay? And then see what kind of responses they give us and see how long it takes them to uncategorize me as a cigarette and recognize me as a human. I don't think that's a lot to ask.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I wish you the best of luck.
Well, don't you want to be boosted?
I do. I would like to be boosted.
I would like to see if a larger audience comes around And you know, the comments on the comments on the Facebook stream to me mean a lot because people give us ideas, they suggest things, we joke around with it. People like
Yeah.
the interactivity.
We could
piece.
see who's watching, which I like. We got my buddy Lou Pugliafito, the next state assemblyman from
Hey,
Manhattan,
Lou.
tuning in right now. But yeah, no, you're right. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that story and see where it goes.
Yeah. Lots of states now are moving into different phases of reopen. So there seems to be, you know, slight momentum behind the movement afoot to get America working again. And hopefully that helps all you guys out there in small business land. But this might be, with Trump announcing he's going to get back on the campaign trail, this might be the time when, you know, it's the moment of truth for the Dems, right? They can't have Trump with 50,000 people in an arena and Joe Biden with, you know, 150 people in a catering hall or something. They got to figure out a way to make them look good. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Well, I mean, I think the less Biden is seen, the better. You know, Trump is making a lot of unforced errors. This tweet is the latest among them. I think there was no need for him to kind of mock General Mattis, his own Secretary of Defense. I think, you know, the best strategy for Biden, ironically, could be to say nothing. And it's very funny. It was a fascinating column in the Washington Examiner last week by Selena Zito, comparing the parallels between the presidential election of 1896 to the presidential election of 2020. And you'll remember that 1896 election, John, you saw William McKinley, a Republican from Ohio, I think, and you saw William Jennings Bryan, a populist Democrat. William Jennings Bryan went barnstorming all over the country, went all over the place. William McKinley did not even leave his porch. He stayed on his porch, and if people wanted to hear what he had to say about a certain issue, they'd come to him. That was sort of the norm back then, and we all know what the result was.
Boom.
William McKinley won, even though William Jennings Bryan was out there. I think the less Biden is seen, the better it is for him.
Maybe that's true. Don't ask me questions like, do you remember the 1896 election?
Well,
I'm a half a bottle deep. I'm a half a bottle deep of champagne here. I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. You're asking me about 1896, but...
Well, I meant you remember it as a student of history.
Yes, I'm joking. We're going to take a quick break, come back, kick off hour 2 right after this.